May we be real for a minute? My last few days have felt super chaotic. When I've wanted to feel like joy to the world and peace on earth, instead I felt like there must be a song titled somewhere, I must be a worthless piece of coal at the bottom of a Christmas stocking. That's how my last few days have felt. I've hardly felt equipped to come and chat with you all about how fabulous Christmas is. If you felt any of that, then this episode is for you. And if you have felt the peace on earth and joy to the world and all of those, this video is also for you, because chances are you have a friend who's been in the other side, the lump of coal at the bottom of the stocking. So are you ready to face Christmas for whatever it looks like for you right now? Last time we were in this room was before I headed south and before I got stuck in several traffic jams, which felt very similar to Creative Block. We were talking about wishes and Advent. We were switching from Advent talking about the year past to Advent asking about what we're wishing for in the new year. And just like I literally got stuck and turned my engine off in traffic, we get stuck sometimes with allowing ourselves permission to make wishes, or permission to plan, or permission to dream or think what is possible. So I did some writing, which I will share here. You'll see that process going on next. And we'll also have our fabulous guest video from my friend Evie, where in the first few shots, I was hungry for Mexican food before I've even eaten breakfast. So we have a really wonderful Vlogmas episode for you today. Please stick around. I am incredibly grateful that you are here. Happy Vlogmas Day 20! So today we are doing a transition from Advent, where we were adding events that had meaning in our lives in this last year. We're moving into making wishes. Was working that out this morning through writing. I will share some of that with you, some of my process with you. Julie from December 20th popping in to say, you're now going to see me writing and working out some of the thoughts around wishing. So here we go. Writing about wishes. I wish, I wish, I wish, I wish, I wish, I wish. These wheels feel creaky. Wishes aren't exploding across a page like they did or would in the past. They're sitting. I relax my shoulders. I feel the heat of the sun on my face. This music I'm listening to isn't right. I would prefer wind chimes and water over rocks. I'm flexible. I could change the music, but instead, I remember sometimes I've defiantly, I believe against our best wishes, my best wishes. We have oppositional forces inside us that push away what our wiser selves know. So I keep the music, which fluctuates like my thoughts. This is where I got up and filled my coffee cup. This is my pigs flying coffee mug. Pigs flying coffee mug. I've seen pigs fly. I've been a purveyor of miracles. I felt the weight of near death. I felt the sorrow of a disrupted life. I know the kiss of resistance, the sloppy sludge that has covered my skin, my brain, my choices. I know the feeling or belief that people don't care, that my thoughts don't matter, that I build, the beliefs that I build. I build a barrier. I have been a barrier builder where beliefs pile up. Craters are dug, rock fought by fistful of mud. Fossils of happiness that once was gets picked up by birds flying over to build their nests on. That's an example of the stuff that needs to come out, and the stuff that needs to be said that oftentimes we bury because we think it's not pretty, it's not happy. So sometimes this feels like the necessary evil, and indeed sometimes it is the necessity. It might not be evil. It's actually a chance to work through the things that we may feel uncomfortable working through. Just like with grief. We don't want to go through grief. We want to have the uncomfortableness with our families, the bad conversations, are not even bad. Like, why do we label things good, bad, appropriate, inappropriate? It all simply is. I have oftentimes said, it's not good, it's not bad, it just is. And that's really at the heart of it. So, when you're thinking about what you wish for 2026, I recommend you take some time to do some journaling, just like I did. Because what will happen in the long run is that you will get to the truth, to the heart, to what you really would love to feel, what you would love to experience, what you would love to let go of. So I'm going to offer you those prompts. I'll put them up on the screen for you. And then after this little bit and piece, this Advent session, and I would love to hear from you in the comments an initial thought about your wishes. You might have put a wish in 2 days ago or yesterday when the video came out. But I would love to hear your first take on your wishes. And even if that wish is, I wish that I can get some of this journaling done or have a conversation about wishes with my partner or whatever it is for you. So here are your prompts, and then we're going to go and see our dear friend, Evie. All right, are you ready for the prompts? They'll be on the screen for about 5 seconds apiece. If you have a notebook handy, or if you want to come back later and check in the video, I'll put them in the contents list as well. And if you just want to scroll through this because you've like, Julie, I've had enough of your prompts for now, that's cool too. Just go on to Evie. All right, here we go. Prompt 1. What I most wish to feel in 2026 is. What I most wish to feel in 2026 is. Prompt 2. What I most wish to experience in 2026 is. What I most wish to experience in 2026 is. Prompt 3. What I most wish to let go of in 2026 is. What I most wish to let go of in 2026 is. One of the prompting techniques in my journaling that I use is just writing a word or a phrase over and over and over again until the energy takes over and takes me someplace. And that's what happened with this wish one. So all I did, and this is the prompt, is I simply wrote, I wish, I wish, I wish. So the first prompt is simply write, I wish. I'm thrilled to introduce you to Evie today. She's one of the first people that I met on YouTube who turned YouTube from a place where I go watch videos and make videos that no people watch into I go to YouTube and I have a community that supports and loves me, and we share our lives with each other. Evie is one of those first people. So I'm so happy to show you a part of Evie's life. It's very, very heartwarming, and I hope you enjoy meeting Evie.
Hi Julie, I'm starting my Vlogmas for you. We're heading into Lupe's to eat lunch on Sunday. We have a 15 to 20 minute wait. We can smell the food. We're hungry.
The jalapeno sauce, one button.
And do you want to make flour or mixed potatoes?
Corn. No. What's your badass ones? Those thin ones? No. Flour? Thin those.
I can get both, yeah.
Okay. Flour.
And you want the nachos before the meal?
It's all that together.
Okay. So I have a steak tortilla nachos and grandioso with jalapeno sauces and a mixed tortilla and a queso with the taco.
Yep. Awesome. Also, when we're done,
Ice cream taco? For the dessert, right?
Yep.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you, man.
You're welcome.
I'm going to show you the little winter scene that is new this year. This was very fun to make because I'd never done one like that before, and I did a live which ended up getting deleted. That's neither here nor there, but it was a fun day anyway. And one last thing I have to show you. I took up crochet after not crocheting for 40 years. This is a scarf that I'm almost finished with for the girl that just had her baby that I used to work with. So I should be able to get this finished up today. I need about probably 8 more inches. I think it's at 52. I need it to be at least 60. And then I've got to put the fringe on it. So that is doable. This blanket I made one for my mother-in-law, which I gave her today. And I made 2 for my friend's baby and 1 for my friend. And then this one here, either I'm going to keep or they're lap blankets. They're not like full bed-size blankets. Just when you're sitting in the evenings and you get cold. So this one is beautiful pastel colors. So not really wintry, but I love the colors and it's so soft. I guess I do need to introduce Chloe because she is a very important part of my life. All right. Do you want to show what you can do? Turn. Good girl. Shake. Oh, better one than that. Come on. There you go. Good girl.
Please take some time to check out Evie's channel at Evie's Eden. She's really a joy to watch between Chloe, who you just met, and hearing about her family and her life after she retired. It's really a great watch, and I know that you'll enjoy getting to know her even better. So thank you again, Evie, for putting up with my differing time sequences. I appreciate your patience, and I value your friendship very much. So when I started to make today's Vlogmas, I was thinking, oh my goodness, this is going to be a wreck. But a really cool thing happened. So let's get into Grace, Grit, and Grow so I can talk about it in context. Grace, this video that I just made turned out, I think, to be very, very valuable. And I'm so grateful, number one, that I stuck with it. And I'm so grateful that Evie was patient with having me share her guest spot, and the grace of follow through, remarkable, which goes along with a grit. What you didn't see is for the last couple of days, I was like, why am I doing this? That was in my head a lot. I could just stop. And in the past, guess what I would have done, most likely? I'll leave some time. What would I have done? What do you do sometimes when you get frustrated? That's the antithesis of wishing. Maybe we just wish it was over. But for me, because of all of you, I stayed the course. That is the growth. Grace, hey, this turned out to have some really cool substance. Grit, I really wanted to quit and not follow through. Grow is, I did follow through and I'm continuing to follow through and I'm following through smarter and better than ever. So that when we get to the end of Vlogmas, which is then going to turn into Bridge to a New Year, which is then going to turn into Hello Road Trip and Travel, with a little bit of house sitting, pet sitting coming up in the next couple of days as well. So we're going to be doing a lot of potpourri loveliness, and we have a couple of guest stars, and going to keep accepting the grace, accepting the grit, and keep on going. So that's what we're doing. Experiment, play, trust. Know that the most important person out there is you. So I look forward to seeing in the comments your Grace, Grit, and Grow, maybe something about wishing, any of your insights or thoughts. And as always, thank you so much. I would love if you would share this with your friends. I appreciate you especially. Thanks so much.